this episode, I am covering the 4 things that I'm personally doing to get my next 100 members inside of my membership, giving you a game plan so you can do the same thing. Welcome to the $1 Million Memberships Podcast, where we help female entrepreneurs like yourself start, grow, and scale multiple 6- and 7-figure online memberships with simple, step-by-step strategies that actually work.
Your life is about to get so good.
Let's dive in. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of $1 Million Memberships Podcast. This podcast is a little different. I'm not recording it on YouTube, and the reason it's different is because I am stuck in Kelowna traffic. It is insane. It is summer, and I decided that I'm going to record my podcast in the car while I'm stuck in traffic because I have a million things to do tonight and this week as I get prepared for our Get Your Next 100 Members Challenge. I have family coming to stay with me. We're doing a big lake weekend, and I'm not going to be working, and it is currently 5 o'clock, and I have so many things to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just record my podcast. Why not? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I know you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get into it. So this is obviously going to be so off the cuff, but I kind of feel like these are the best ones because this is truly, none of this is scripted. It's truly what I am actually realistically doing to sign my next 100 members. If you are following my series on Instagram, I am currently documenting my journey of growing my newest membership, $1 Million Memberships Club, which is my 4th membership. I am growing it to $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue. That is my goal, and we are getting there. However, that is a big fucking goal compared to where I am in that membership right now. It helps when you have big goals like that to break your goals down into little chunks. And $1 Million Memberships Club is now out of its first year. I have made a lot of our foundational year 1 changes and updates and all of the things, and now we are just ready to kick things up a notch and go full force with this thing. So that is my goal. There are 4 main things that I am doing right now to hit that goal. Number 1 is my visibility is absolutely priority. And this is so hard to do sometimes when you really do have a sales goal. It can be so hard to just focus in on visibility and creating content, because I know for me personally, a lot of the times it's like, oh, there's so much that I have to do on the back end for sales, and I just want to be selling and creating content. It can feel counterintuitive sometimes to put so much of your efforts and energy into the visibility and the content, right? But that truly is the thing that will drive the sales. I mean, I have experienced both sides of the coin. I think, was it my last episode? I can't remember now, but, or maybe, I think I actually talked about it on my series on Instagram. If you're not following that, definitely go follow, because I'm truly pulling back the curtain on exactly what I'm doing. But in that episode, I talk about how one of the mistakes that I had made early in the year was pulling back on my content creation. At the beginning of the year, it was great. I was growing. My masterclasses, my sales events, all the things I was doing were full. We were signing new members. Everything was going according to plan because it's the plan that I teach. It's actually a super simple system that I teach and that I do. But the problem is, if visibility is not a thing, if your numbers are low, if people aren't seeing your content, if you're not gaining new followers and getting new eyes on your social media and your pages, all the things, everything else won't work. It truly is the foundation. It's the base that everything else is built on. But long story short, I pulled back on the content and visibility and was really focusing on another area, doing our refinements for $1 Million Memberships Club, sales, all the things. When I did that, my views, my algorithm, my reach tanked, completely tanked, even though the content was the same, even though when I tried to get it back up, everything was the same. But because I had pulled back and taken the break, it almost reset with the algorithm of oh, you must not be serious. Okay, let's put you back into the 500 views jail and let's see if you're actually serious this time. And so now I'm kind of earning my trust with Meta. So my priority right now is my content creation. And another thing too is I'm really trying to get back to face to camera videos. There was a long time where I kind of just pulled back on it, just honestly, like sanity's sake, time's sake. It's easy for me to create B-roll content. It's easy for me to do like lists kind of content that's just written. And I still love that content. And I know I've gotten so much feedback on it that you guys love it as well. But there is something to be said about connecting and building community on social media with actual face to camera, where your audience can see your face, get to know you a little bit more, really see the person behind the screen. You know what I mean? So that is a really, really big focus of mine right now. And what I am doing with that is every single day I wake up early and I write content, whether that's scripting talking videos, whether that's making a caption for B-roll, whether that is scripting a podcast episode, whatever it is, I'm doing that. And also the other thing that I really love about doing that every single day and not, like batching content all on one day and then like not touching it again till the next week is, for me personally, this might not be for everybody, but for me personally, this keeps me really connected to my mission and what I'm doing and my business. It's just something, I've been creating content for since 2018, and that's a long time to be consistently creating content. That's not just like creating content here and there. That's like creating content, trying to post all the time, right? I've tried a lot of ways of creating content. I've tried doing the batching one day in 1 week. I've tried all these different strategies. And for me, the thing that really works and keeps me consistent with it is just doing it every single day. And I think that also might be a little bit of like the ADHD thing too, you know what I mean? Where like you just kind of need those consistent routines throughout the day to stay consistent with them. That is definitely the case for me when it comes to content creation. Okay, moving on. Number 2, I am holding regular sales events. So I look at my calendar right now. If I pull up my Google Calendar, which I'm not going to right now because I'm driving, but when I pull up my Google Calendar, I know for the rest of the year and even going into 2023 a little bit, honestly, I know what I am doing for sales events. I know when I'm doing sales events. I know when I'm opening doors. I know when I'm doing public sales events versus behind the scenes sales events. Have that in place so I always know what's coming. Nothing's taking me by surprise. And from there, and by me being able to do that, I'm really able to show up with the right energy at the right time. The worst thing ever is needing to sign new members, wanting to sign new members, and then just deciding, shit, I haven't done a sales event in a long time. Okay, I'm going to hold a masterclass next week. And then you're scrambling to get it together. You're scrambling to promote it. You're scrambling to get the emails in. And then you half-ass everything because it's last minute, and then you don't get signups, and you just wasted your time and got no members in. And you could have spent all of that time actually doing something productive, like creating content or maybe mapping out an actual good sales event that, you gave the proper time and energy to. Holding actual strategic sales events regularly and knowing when those are coming up, having my sales calendar completely filled out with no surprises. Number 3 is I am updating my behind the scenes email sales funnel. Now this one, do I need to do this? I mean, I already have one, but there has just been so much clarity in the value that I want to be giving this year. And not to say my other email funnel wasn't valuable, because it 1000% was. I think my other one that I had was like an hour-long training on memberships and growing your membership. But this one, I just want to make it like, I want it to blow you away. That is the vibe I am bringing to all of my content, everything that I do. I want it to not just be good. I want it to be like, you download what I have and it's free and you're like, was this a mistake? Like, that's the energy that I want to bring to this. Because you know why that is? That's not be like, oh my gosh, I hope they like it. Like, I really hope it's good enough. Like, it's not that. It's more so if I put things that truly, truly will help you, things that are like above and beyond what typical creators would put in their funnels and in their free guides and lead magnets and all of the things. If I give you something that is just above and beyond, that helps you to at least get some momentum, which is great if you come into my membership, because when you come into my membership, our membership teaches you how to scale to 7 figures. if you already have momentum, that is great because you can really hit the ground running inside $1 Million Memberships Club. I want you to have momentum. I don't want there to be this block where you download something and it only gives you, aha, now you're in here, and to actually get the value, you have to be in the membership. That's not what I want. I want stuff that's actually going to be not only valuable, but also very clear and easy to implement. And I think with my last email funnel, these car podcasts are funny because you're really just getting my unfiltered thoughts. But I think with my last funnel, it was really, really valuable, but the implementation piece, I think it was just so much value that it was a little bit overwhelming to actually implement. Whereas this funnel that I am revamping and creating, I want it to be both. I want it to be very valuable, but also you're implementing while you're doing it. You know what I mean? So that it's actually getting you results, because that's the biggest thing, right? There's content everywhere. There's information everywhere, but we have trouble organizing it and implementing it and adding it into our already huge to-do list and all the things, right? So that is kind of what I want for this new one, is really making sure that you have the both. You have the information, but you are also really, really supported to implement it. And then the second piece of that, of why I want it to be like that, is because if you actually download this freebie, you get that kind of result. I don't really have to sell. You know what I mean? I don't really have to do anything, because you're going to know either, yes, I want to be in this membership, or no, I don't, because it's going to be so clear to you from the result that you get from that free thing. So that is definitely a priority, just because between sales events, I don't want to not be bringing members in. I want to make sure that there's something operating in the background, something operating without me having to touch it, because I'm also a single mom and I have a business and I have a life and I do the things I can't always be selling. And so I want to have something that kind of does the heavy lifting for me. And so that it's not something that's going to bring in members at the rate that a sales event would, but it's still something. And over time, month after month after month, that something does add up. And number 4, the last thing that I am doing is July 14th, 15th, and 16th. I am taking part in the Get Your Next 100 Members Challenge. So if you do not know what this challenge is, I'm actually running the challenge, yes, but also I'm acting as a member and a participant of the challenge, because that's also my goal. I also want to get another 100 members, and everything that I'm teaching inside of this is not something that I wouldn't use myself. It's my strategies, the strategies that are proven to work. I use them with myself. I use them with my clients. I actually just had a client use the strategy that I'm going to be teaching inside of this challenge, and she signed over 100. I think it was like 103 maybe in an hour and a half in one single day from this strategy. So that is the strategy that I have picked. I have a couple of strategies that I use, but we only have 3 days together. Instead of just like kind of overviewing all of them, I'm going deep with one. So that's the strategy that I have picked. I'm obviously going to be teaching it all of the days. The first day we are finding your leak, why you're not growing. And then days 2 and 3, we're actually creating your funnel. We're creating your sales plan. We're creating your sales calendar, and we're actually implementing. You have a workbook that you're going to be filling out with me every single day so that you're actually creating the plan. You're not just consuming information and then being really overwhelmed. We're creating and implementing together over the 3 days. So not only am I teaching that to you and leading that challenge, but I am going to also be taking all that information and applying it to my own memberships. So it's going to be kind of fun. I mean, I love doing things in a group with other people and having that support and that accountability. And that's exactly what you're getting with this challenge. If you do come and join us in it, you get a private community. We're going live every single day. I'm teaching you this strategy and these frameworks and going really deep on this one strategy that I have chosen for the challenge. You're actually leaving with a full strategy to sign new members into your membership anytime you want, and a fully written out plan to get your next 100 members. So that is the goal. It doesn't matter if you're starting from 1, it doesn't matter if you're starting from 0, it doesn't matter if you're starting from 50. That is the goal. And I've had some questions as well of, do I need to have a membership already started to join this challenge? Do I need to have a new membership? Does it have to be established? All the things. My answer to this is manage your expectations accordingly. If you have no membership, but you want to learn memberships, you want to start your membership and you want to get the support and do all of the things that you have to do first to start your membership and start your community and start posting on social media, and you want to know this strategy for the for when the time comes that you are going to start signing in members, then come, but manage your expectations that you're not going to come into the challenge and sign 100 members in 3 days, right? If you have an established membership and maybe you have some sales strategies that you've tried, but they're just not working the way you want, or you just feel like your members are kind of trickling in, come join us for this as well. The other thing that I've gotten questions on is, will this compete with anything else that I'm promoting? So for example, I had someone message me on Instagram the other day and said that she was actually going into a launch for her membership that same week and just didn't want the challenge to overlap the launch, like in terms of having to promote or post for the challenge on her Instagram. And if that is you as well, don't worry, everything in this challenge is behind the scenes. So this isn't a kind of challenge where you're going to be posting to your social media or having to like do things in real time in terms of selling in real time, because everyone's at different places, right? We're not all going to just be ready to come up with a sales plan and start selling in 3 days. So everyone's going to be at different places. That's why we're really getting the strategy, we're planning it, we're mapping it out, and then we're picking your sales dates, but you're not actually having to do that live during the challenge. You're just going to leave with the plan to then execute, and something that you're going to feel really, really confident in. If you are listening to this in real time, if this episode just dropped, which is Monday, July 13th, that means that you have 1 day. The challenge starts tomorrow. So definitely pause this episode and head to the show notes, grab the link, grab your ticket. We start tomorrow. It's going to be such a freaking vibe. And if you have any questions, come find me on Instagram at The Membership Muse. I'm happy to answer them for you. I don't know when we're going to do this again. So if you're listening to this in the future and it's already passed, I truly don't know when we're going to do this one again. I know the next time I do a challenge is likely going to be in the new year. I just don't know if it's going to be this challenge. Anyways, I will leave it at that. Definitely come check out the challenge if that is something that interests you, if you are also trying to grow your membership right now, and if you want to do it in community with other membership founders doing the exact same thing. It's going to be such a vibe. Other than that, I hope you loved my little car rant with no notes. I feel like I think better this way. I have to be like moving, and I'm not actually driving my car. I'm just like sitting in a parking lot now doing this, but just like being in I don't know. I feel like my brain just works better this way. I don't know. I'm sorry if the sound is really bad. I think it probably won't be as like clear and crisp. So I do apologize for that, but hopefully this episode was valuable enough that it doesn't matter. But anyways, I'm rambling. I should go. Okay. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you next week. Bye.